This is a money management video, and today I will be showing you how to use a betting strategy called STAR. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump right into how to play the STAR betting strategy. You will need 40 units to play the STAR, and this will also be our stop loss for the day. Now, here is the basic concept of the STAR strategy. Two things, okay? Number one, after a win, you will parlay your bet. What do I mean by parlay? It just means you let your winnings ride. Okay, so as an example, let's say we place a $5 bet and we win. We will get back $10, correct? So for our next bet, we will keep the $10 on the table. This is also known as pressing your bet. Number two, you must win back-to-back consecutive times when playing the STAR strategy. So you will have 17 attempts to try to win 2 times in a row. Now, take a look here. We are gonna start on stage 1. But before we do, we will take our unit size and break it down using bet spreads. So say, for example, we use $5 units. We will take our original unit size and divide it by 5. Okay, so $5 divided by 5, we get $1. And this will be the amount you use to start betting on stage 1. Your unit size might be different. So say you use $10 units. You would divide it by 5 and you would start at $2 on stage 1. If you use $25 units, you will start with $5 on stage 1. Make sense? Okay, now what? Well, you would take this amount and start betting. After a win, you will parlay your bet. So say, for example, I place a $1 bet, I win. My next bet will be a $2 bet because we are letting our winnings ride. Okay? Now, whether you win or lose your parlayed bet, you will go back to the same amount of your stage 1 bet. But what happens when you lose? So you are gonna stay on stage 1 until you hit a -7. So once you have hit a -7, you will then go to stage 2. As you can see, stage 2, we start with our original unit size. Remember, as an example, I used $5 units. Okay, and that is exactly where we are starting on stage 2. So again, same concept. You have 2 chances at each level to win back-to-back times after parlaying your bet. Okay, so say we are at -7 and we are forced to go to stage 2. I am now gonna place my original unit sized bet. Here it is $5, and let's say I win. What do we do after a win? We take our winnings and let it ride for the next bet. Okay, so if I win my first bet at $5, my next bet will be a $10 bet. If we win our parlayed bet on stage 2, so that would be back-to-back wins, we can start over and go back to stage 1 because we would have recovered and even made a little bit of profit. Okay, but what if we lose? Say I win my first bet at $5, I parlay my bet, so my next bet is $10, and I lose that bet. Well, I now have another chance at the $5 level to win back-to-back times. Make sense? But let's say I lose again. I will now move down to the next level for $10. Same concept. I have 2 chances to win back-to-back times at the $10 level. Okay, so I'm looking for a $10 win followed by a $20 win. If that doesn't happen, next I'm looking for a $15 win followed by a $30 win. And if that doesn't happen, I will then look for a $25 win followed up by a $50 win. Okay, back-to-back wins. And if that doesn't happen, I am down to my last leveled bet at $40. And if we win on the $40 bet, followed by another win on our parlayed bet for $80, we can go back to stage 1. But if we lose twice on the $40 level, we will be down minus 40 units, and we will call it a session and quit for the day. Pretty straightforward. This is a good strategy. I like it. You will get the hang of it pretty easily once you start practicing it. Let's take a look at our spreadsheet and go through a couple of examples. So we would start out on stage 1. And if we use $5 units as an example, we will be starting out with $1 bets. Say I win my first bet for $1. I will now parlay my bet. So my next bet will be $2. And let's say I win that bet. I will go back down to $1. I will keep doing this until I have failed 7 times, because remember, once we hit a minus 7 units on stage 1, we will go to stage 2. So say I'm playing a shoe and I win my first bet, lose the second, lose the third, lose the fourth, win the 5th bet, but lose the 6th bet, and then lose the 7th bet. You can see that I have lost 5 out of my 7 bets, but we are still at minus 5. We have 2 more $1 units to go before we go to stage 2. Does that make sense? So I would keep going on stage 1, and let's say I win my next bet, and then I lose the following parlayed bet, and then I lose once more. You can now see that we are at minus 7. So this is our trigger to go to stage 2. And we will start stage 2 with our original unit size of $5. If we win back-to-back times, okay, so the first bet would be $5. We would press our bet. Next bet would be 10. And take a look. We would be in profit at a plus $8. Do you see how that works? But say we lose. Okay, we lose our parlayed bet. All right, we have one more chance. Remember, you have 2 chances at each amount on stage 2. Okay, so this is 1 loss. All right, at the $5 level, we have one more shot at it. Okay, so say I win, but then I lose again on my parlayed bet. All right, we now have to go to the $10 level. We are still looking for back-to-back consecutive wins. Remember, that is the main concept of the star strategy. Back-to-back wins. That is what you're looking for. Okay, so I am at the $10 level. Say I win this bet. I go ahead and parlay, but I lose. Still looking for a back-to-back. I lose my next bet. That is 2 chances at the $10 level, so I must move down to $15. Okay, and so on and so forth. Say I win on the $15 bet, I will parlay my bet. Next bet will be $30. And let's say we win. Take a look again. We are at plus $8. We would then move back to stage 1. Okay, I will still show you the amounts if you were to lose. Okay, so say we lose the parlayed bet, and then we lose again at the $15 level. We have to move to the $25 level. Say we lose, and we lose again. Okay, we are now at the last level, $40 bet. If we win the $40 bet, we will go ahead and parlay the bet, and say we win. Take a look, we are now at a plus $3. We can go back to stage 1 because we have recovered and made a little bit of profit. Okay, but again, if you were to lose, so say we lose the parlayed bet, we have one more shot at it. We win, but we cannot get a back-to-back win, and we lose again on the parlayed bet. As you can see, we are at minus $197, which if you divide it by the unit size I used here, $5, you would get 39.4, close to a minus 40 unit loss. Remember how I mentioned in the beginning of the video that you need 40 units to play the star strategy? And I also recommend your stop loss being at minus 40 units. And there you have it, the star betting strategy. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. I would love to hear your feedback.